In the beginning, there was the Word. Imagine a single sound that created everything.
Tia
Inviting you to take a big breath into your beautiful heart. Beginning to bring your awareness back into your physical body. And in this moment, just presencing to the magnificent magical glory of blue. The gift that keeps on giving, that reverberates out into the world through your prayer, your play, your unfathomable wisdom, through your love, through your grace, your generosity, and your service. Thanking you in this moment for your unique soul song and for all the ways that it will impact the people who listen to it because of what it will inspire in them. Their own sense of greatness by simply being witness to yours. Thank you for being you, Boo. My sister. In all the dimensions and all the ways, I love you. Taking one or both of your hands and placing them on your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your song. Whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Topanga Canyon, home of the Tongva people. Their women were the medicine carriers who brought healing to the people through their voices. The reason that I wanted to open this entire series with you, one, I was very strongly guided that you were part of the birthing, the inception of this, making it out into the world, but also just because of how deeply you've impacted my life. I've had, not only through our sisterhood and love and even like sticky things that we've gone through, and we've always been able to come back to the depth of our sisterhood. You guided me through one of the deepest healings of my entire life. In an ayahuasca ceremony, literally stewarded me into an entirely new timeline of my being. And your magic is so, it emanates out of you. Not only in ceremony when you're doing healing work, it emanates out of you in your prayer and in your play and in all the wise words. Like any moment that you give this woman a microphone, or you give her a moment or a stage, or just make space and room for her voice, she knows exactly how to pierce your soul in that moment. Unlike, in the most profound, inspirational way. Your ability to read a field, your ability to just be in so much integrity and devotion. And the way that you see people is absolute full acceptance, non-rejection. And yet you also really call people into their greatness. You don't, shy away from things that might be uncomfortable. You are a force of nature. And that really, oh my goodness, really came through in this transmission. So I'd love to, just for you to share, in the experience, what was it like? What was coming through for you? How did it feel?
Well, first and foremost, I walked into the most beautiful yoga in Topanga, which is my home, and I just got to lay in this magical, furry, warm throne and just receive the sound frequencies. And ultimately, I've received your magic many times. However, I've never experienced a one-on-one session where you're totally tuned into the prayer of my essence. Mm-hmm. And I didn't quite realize fully how much it impacted me until I stood up and I was like, oh, I'm so drunk right now. I really had absorbed into my being. However, when I was in the experience, I tapped into a state of complete timelessness. I didn't have a body. I didn't have an identity. And I think that for me, that really is the goal, is not to be somebody, is to be nobody so that I can be everything. And I felt like I got to tap into that pocket where I became nobody so I could be everything. And I could meet my own essence through the infinite nature of what it means to be human, as opposed to the finite nature of what we've been told it means to be human. And so that space in the liminal between the waking and the dream state, I got to charge every 75 trillion cells of my body the frequency of complete peace. And there was no striving, there was nothing that I needed to do, there was actually no one I needed to be either. And ultimately I think that that's where the soul can take a break for a moment from life.
And to receive, because you're giving so much, always. To be in the seat of receiving it's such a big thing.
I like to, one of my friends shared with me that if you break down the word job, it's to be in your joy of being. And I really laid on this mat and thought, I really love my job. My job's really jobbing right now.
My job is jobbing hardcore right now.
It truly was the joy of being in the presence of, you mentioned devotion that I exhibit, and yet your devotional path with your music and your devotional path to what it means to be a medicine woman, but more so what it means to be a feeling woman and full permission to be a feeling woman. And recognizing, like, yes, there's this word that gets thrown out of like being a witch. I truly believe it's more than that. It's about to be that which is needed. And it requires to be able to listen beyond the ears. And so your ability to listen to that which is needed by tuning into the energetic signature of the person sitting in front of you, and then being able to pull something forward as the hollow bone of a frequency that speaks specifically to that soul to unlock a deeper part of himself to receive their own medicine. I've never experienced that before. I'm so happy I have.
I would love to share what was coming through for me, because it was so, and we got to connect a little bit right afterwards. But like for me, it felt, because you had asked, like, what did it feel like inside for me? And it's like being on the inside. It was like the energy that came through my voice. There were moments where I felt you singing through my voice, and my voice was like shifting the dimensionality of how like air comes through, because I actually was having visions of you singing through my voice, because it is your song. So there were moments of that was really powerful. And there was these moments where it was like, I am here. I have a big song to sing. And I'm not afraid for it to be heard. It was there were moments where it was just so powerful and took up all the space. There was no part that was like, I'm going to play small. It was like, no, I am here and I have a song to sing. And then there were moments where it was so tender. There were moments where I literally almost started crying, because it was just like that connection and the willingness to go so deep into like our emotions and the feeling body, and your ability to tap so much of your art and your brilliance through how much you feel and how much you love. And then it really went to that place. There were parts where I just felt like this very subtle, soft, like absolute humility also. Like, I have this bigness and I have this greatness, and I also have radical humility that was in the softness of how things were coming through. So it was, so full spectrum, like so wide and so deep and so multidimensional. And just, in the moments where I did open my eyes, just seeing this like subtle smile on your face the whole time. Every time I looked at you,
I'm pretty sure I've been smiling this whole time, but it's really genuine. Like, I'm like really happy.
So part of what is unfolding with this series is that, through this unique transmission that is entirely your essence, having the experience of you through the vibration, if you could distill down to an I am statement for what is your code that you have to offer the world, that the people who are going to listen to this get to experience vibrationally for what it can open and activate. Like, if you just like tune in for a moment, and if anything comes to mind in an I am statement,
Already tuned in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right before we started recording, actually. I am remembering. And the reason why I choose that word is because I believe that this path of remembering or awakening into one's truest self isn't as much learning as it is unlearning. And within the unlearning, we remember because we've actually always been it at the core. So I think that we can get so caught up on thinking that the answer of who we are is outside of ourselves, or when I get over the next mountain, or when I read the next book, or when I work with the next mentor. However, it's this seeking that actually creates this sort of addiction in the external reality, which is still feeding to consumerism, even in a spiritual lens. However, if we were to actually remember that our 5-year-old self is the genius, and that our inner child has always been there, and we were born with an innate genius, and then we were told by the world who we were supposed to be, which took us a couple of degrees away from center. But if you want to receive a gift, you've got to be home to receive it. So we are all on the path of remembering. And my specific presence is now designed to illuminate other people's remembering into their own innate genius, not to pedestal me, not to think that I have the answers, not to place me as some guru or teacher. Yes, I may show up as that archetype in some degrees. However, my essence, my teachings, my song, my art, everything that I do, my prayers, is with the intention that others remember their innate magic, genius, and unique fingerprint that nobody else has on this planet. And that is the thing that we need to then contribute, which will change us into the revolution of love on this planet, I believe. So I am remembering.
Yes. As you were speaking, I just wanted to point out, because I asked you to bring some sacred things that would just imbue this space with your essence visually, as well as, you know, the vibration that would come through. And this particular painting that is behind us, you painted, and actually when we podcasted, it was you had just finished it in the podcast studio. And I'd love if you would like to share just about the story of this particular piece of art, because I think, one, it really relates to everything that you just said, and two, just you as an artist that knows how to, you know, translate the depth of your emotions into beauty and yeah.
Thanks for asking. Also, in the nature of the imperfection, it's not finished. I've still got at least another week of working on it. So, but I don't mind sharing the unfinished pieces. I like a little bit rough around the edges. I like the imperfections in people. But that's the parts of people I fall in love with. And so with this specific piece of art, I've been guided by the lions for over a decade, and they've always reminded me, because I live a very unconventional life. And you know, I shave my head and I change my name and I like do crazy things, and I've been judged my whole life. I mean, everybody has been judged their whole life. And the more bold you are in your path and the more unconventional it is, the more judgment that happens, and the bigger the platform, the more haters that come in. However, the lions have always been a guide for me, that every single time I paint a lion, the lion imbues the seed of remembrance of who I am. And that core part of me doesn't care what other people think, because it's none of my business. That's a complete reflection of where they're at in their journey, and bless them on their path. Yeah. However, the lions were sort of like a pride that walked with me, that were a constant reminder. And when I painted this specific painting, I was going through a major heartbreak and a deep time of confusion. And I lost my spark. I lost my joy. I lost my magic for a moment. And I felt discardable. And that's not who I am. And so I got the biggest canvas I've painted on so far, besides murals. And I painted her specifically because I found an image of her, and it was her look that really stood out to me, because she's clearly knows who she is, but she's soft, and that's where her strength comes from. And it's a loving look, but it's a look also of, I've earned this place, because I have gone through the death of every single part of myself that isn't authentic, and will continue to do so, because there's that I don't know. The bindi resting on her third eye is also the ability to see beyond the sea of illusions in which we exist in. And I have had to sacrifice about 70% of my hearing so that I could learn to listen. And I wasn't listening before fully. And so it's a representation of being able to hear beyond the senses and be able to see people beyond appearance, because appearance is very distracting to one's essence. And then the lion came in right over her throat and her heart, because the lion was reminding me to speak my truth and always have it rooted in compassion, and also simultaneously do no harm but take no shit. And the integration of the masculine and the feminine, which is the colors in the background, resting place right in the center, which is the awakened state of consciousness. And then the golden halo is a representation of being guided by something greater than myself always, and that is through the path of devotion. And a relationship with something higher is like a relationship with a friend. If I don't call or check in, then how on earth am I going to receive the answers or receive any guidance? So for me, a relationship with spirit is an every single day check-in. It's through my prayers, it's through my devotion, it's through my meditation, it's through my chanting, it's my singing, it's my offerings, and it's my thank yous. So that's essentially the inspiration behind this painting.
Yeah. She was definitely in this room singing for you too. Thank you for sharing that. If you would bless us with whatever prayer feels most alive, it would be such an honor. One of Blue's greatest gifts, amongst the plethora of things that she has to just love on people through her being, is the power of your prayer. And I've never heard anybody pray like you. And I think it would be such an honor for everyone listening to allow you to just tune into this moment and speak a prayer for whatever you intuitively sense.
I would love to do that. Thank you. All righty, inviting you to close your eyes and tune into that incredible landscape behind your eyelids and into that inner universe of infinite possibilities, as far out as our imagination is willing to go. Mother Earth, Grandfather Sky, to all of our relations, and to the heart pulsing in our chest. We open ourselves up to that which we do not know but have always felt to be true, that lives so far beyond the mind and always beats within our heart. May we open up to the remembering of the imprint that was innocent before the world told you who you were supposed to be. Recognizing that there is something that you do, that you bring through your unique vibration that sits behind the words that fall out of your mouth. And it is in your curiosity. It is in your willingness to face off with every single part of yourself that is not you, so that you can rest in the gnosis that you're already exactly who you are supposed to be. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And the more that you soften your body, the more that your magnetism is activated, and allow yourself to align with that which has always been here and that is meant for you. So may we offer this prayer as an opportunity to clean our lenses off that is stopping us from being able to receive the gift and the majesty of heaven on earth that is already right here by just being alive. Because by being human is one of the greatest gifts we can ever receive, if not the greatest gift. So may we soften our body into the essence of our 5-year-old self, who has an incredible key that maybe we've lost along the way. When was the last time you sang? When was the last time you danced? When was the last time you allowed yourself to move your body without sending a single thought of what it looks like from the outside, and breathing the permission of what it feels like from the in? Is there a message that your 5-year-old self has to say to you right now? Did you forget something along the way? Did you fall prey to over-seriousness and blocking the vitality of your essence? Because when we feed into the over-seriousness and disconnect from our 5-year-old self, there is a dullness that's created. And how on earth can the bee find the flower if the fragrance is not being shared? So may we plant our roots deep into the core of the earth. And may we use our ears not just to hear, but to listen. Beyond the five senses and into this extrasensory perception, no longer limited by these physical vessels, recognizing that we are a limitless soul. And when we remember our limitless nature, together, we have an entire new planet. So it's going to take all of us, and it's going to take your courage. But I promise you from the core of my being, it will be worth it over and over and over again. So may we open ourselves up to the heaven that is already here on earth. And may we remember that the secret lies within listening to the essence of your heart and following that over and over and over again. We don't say this prayer just for ourselves. We say this prayer for our future generations, for the children that will come through us, for them to remember that magic is real, and they can see it in the eyes of the adults that never forgot, so that they can always just be who they were meant to be from the start. Never forget the power of your prayer, and never forget the power of us doing it together. With all of our ancestors past and all of the future generations forward, hearing this prayer, may the revolution start within yourself by loving your own essence and therefore allowing the world to become a much more beautiful place. Across all timelines, across all dimensions, and across all of space. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you. I cried. Oh, thank you. Such a just unbelievably magical being. Yeah, I can't. I'm so excited for people to be able to experience you as a song. I love you so much.
Love you, baby.
Thank you.
See